Hello, today I'm going to show you a hands-on demonstration of a software called OpenOffice Find and Replace. This software helps you to update company name, phone number, logos across hundreds of OpenOffice documents in a few simple steps. If you've done this manually, you know it takes hours. Open a file, find, replace, save, close, open the next file, repeat 200 times. I'm going to show you how to do this in seconds. Here is the scenario. You need to rebrand hundreds of documents with a new logo and change the company name in them and update the company name in all our templates. Now, if you're using Microsoft Word, there are tools for this, but OpenOffice and LibreOffice or Apache, there is no native batch find and replace. You're stuck opening every single file. 200 files at maybe 2 minutes each, that's over 8 hours of mind-numbing repetitive work. With this tool, you can do the same thing in about 30 seconds. Let me show you how. And this isn't just a rebranding thing. Think about all the times you need to update multiple documents at once. Template documents, when phone numbers or addresses change annually. Error correction, fixing a typo that made it into 50 documents. Or image replacement, swapping out an old logo for a new one. Or imagine that if you're a lawyer and you have hundreds of documents that are templated specifically to each customer, you can just run this through it and update all the customer names because most legal documents are just templates anyway. So if you manage document libraries, you've hit this wall before. So here's the solution. OpenOffice Find and Replace Professional. It's a Windows desktop app, works on Windows 10 and 11, and it handles all the major OpenOffice formats. ODT for writer documents, ODS for calc spreadsheets, and ODP for Impress presentations. This works with LibreOffice and Apache and other systems that generate OpenOffice documents. The workflow is simple. There are just simply 4 steps in the process. In step 1, you select which document types you want to process. In step 2, add your files or entire folders. Step 3, configure your find and replace rules. And step 4, choose where to save the results. Hit the button and you're done. Let me show you each feature really quickly and then we'll do a live demonstration of them. The first thing I'm going to show you in the demonstration coming up is basic text find replace. I created a sample set of 17 documents. I'm going to find every instance of Acme Corp and replace it with New Brand Industries. I can add multiple find replace pairs if I need to. Maybe I'm also updating the phone number and the website URL, stack them up all in one go, and there you are, everything gets replaced. Now here's the important thing. I'm outputting here to a new folder. My original files stay untouched. If something goes wrong, I haven't destroyed anything. And done. I've processed all my files, and I'm going to show you what that looks like in the demo. One more thing. This all runs locally on your machine. This is really important. There are no file size limits, no uploading to the cloud. Your documents stay private. They're all processed locally on your machine. Now let's talk about power users. If you know regular expressions, this tool supports them. Why does this matter? Let's say you need to find every phone number in your documents, but they're formatted inconsistently. Some have dashes, some have dots, some have spaces. With regular expressions, I can write one pattern that catches all of them and replace them with a standardized format. Same thing for email addresses, dates, product codes. Any pattern you can describe, you can find and replace. This is huge for compliance work or data standardization across large document sets that you might have. Here's a feature that saves a ton of time. Copying headers and footers from one document to many. Let's say you've got one master template with the correct letterhead, page numbers, and copyright noticed in the footer, and you need to apply that to 100 other documents. Instead of opening each file and manually copying the header and footer, you just point to your source document, select your destination files, and the tool copies those headers and footers across all of them. Perfect for rebranding or when legal sends you an updated copyright notice that needs to go everywhere. And this one's my favorite, batch image replacement. I'm going to show you how this works live. It is very visual, very easy. You know how painful it is to replace a logo across dozens of documents. Open, delete the old image, insert the new one, resize it, position it, save, close, repeat. With this tool, I can extract all the images from any documents first, see what I'm working with them. Then I set up a replacement rule. Old logo file maps to new logo file. Run the batch and every instance of the logo gets swapped out automatically. If you've ever been through a company rebrand, you know this feature alone is worth the price. And finally, you can combine all of this with PDF conversion. Where would we be without PDF? So your workflow becomes take my OpenOffice documents, apply all of my find replace rules, and export the results as PDF. One operation. Great for when you need to distribute finalized documents, contracts, reports, anything you don't want people editing. So, to quickly recap, speed. We're talking hundreds of files in seconds, not hours, and this is not an exaggeration. We really mean it. We'll show you a demo. You'll see how quickly that goes. Accuracy. A regular expression means you won't miss anything. Every instance gets caught. Safety. Your original files are preserved. Output goes to a new folder unless you explicitly choose to overwrite it. So this protects your original documents from any mistakes. Privacy. This is huge. This runs 100% offline. Your documents never leave your computer. No cloud uploads. No third-party servers. You can also export all your feed changes into CSV. This is a really important feature. I'm going to quickly show it to you in the demo. This way you can edit all your changes in your favorite spreadsheet and upload them back into the software for processing. So who is this for? Who should be using this? If you're a business running LibreOffice or OpenOffice or Apache or what have you, this is for you. Government agencies, a lot of you are required to use ODF formats. This solves your batch editing problem. Schools and universities managing course materials. Template managers maintaining document libraries. IT administrators doing bulk updates. Lawyers with legal document templates. And if you're migrating from Microsoft Office to open formats, this tool makes that transition a lot less painful. If you want to try it out, head to xmas.com. There's a free trial so you can test it with your own documents. If it saves you time, and it will, a license is $60 a year. That's less than you'd pay someone for 1 hour of manual editing. Links in the description. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. I'll answer them. Now let me show you a live demonstration of how the software works. When you download the software from our website, it'll come down in a zip folder, meaning it's just compressed. So what you're going to do is you can, of course, double click it, open it, and run the installer directly from the zip folder, but it depends. So what we recommend doing is right-clicking on the zip folder, extracting everything into some location on your computer, preferably somewhere on your C drive. That's probably the best. Go ahead and hit extract, and it will extract the installer, which is contained in the compressed folder. And I'm going to go ahead and run it. And the first thing that it's going to do is going to ask me to accept our EULA agreement. I'm going to click I accept the agreement. Say next. Create a desktop shortcut option if you wish. And I'm going to click install. And the installer is going to do its thing. And voila, you have OpenOffice Find and Replace installed. I'm going to let it launch after I click finish. And here we are. The software is initializing and then it starts. Now let me show you how it works. I've prepared a folder with 17 sample ODT documents. Now keep in mind that this software of course works with Impress and Calc documents just the same way, but we're going to use ODT in this particular example. Let me show you what these documents kind of look like a little bit. I'm not going to open every one of them because that would take too long, but just so you get the idea. So here's a service agreement. It has a bunch of information in it. It has a company name. It has a logo. Here is an employee handbook document. These are just sample documents. And I'm going to provide a link for you where you can download these and try this whole demonstration for yourself using your own installation. Here is another document here, like an internal memorandum, and it has also a bunch of things we're going to change in it. Now let's get started. So in the beginning, the software looks like this when you first install it. I'm going to select the document types that I want to work with. I'm going to say I want to work with ODT Writer documents. I'm going to go ahead and just simply drag and drop the folder with my documents into the software. Now, you can also do this manually. There's a button for adding folders. There's a button for adding individual files, but I'm just going to drag and drop. That's the simplest way of doing it. There's also a checkbox that you can check on or off to search the subfolders in the folder that you selected. Next thing, we're going to add some text find and replace in this first very simple example. I'm going to click text find replace. In here, I'm going to go ahead and type in Acme Corporation. Then I'm going to go ahead and type in Nexus Industries. For brevity, I'm going to add a few more changes here. I'm going to add another substitution. You need to click the button here, add another substitution, and I'm going to type in my phone number that I want to change. 123-4567. And I'm going to type in 555 984 987, sorry, 6543. And I'm going to add another substitution, and I'm going to go ahead and put in info@acmecorp.com, and I'm going to replace it with our email address, exisllc@gmail.com. And I'm going to go ahead and add one more substitution. I'm going to say www.acmecorp.com, and I'm going to replace it with our web address, www.xmas.com. Now, that's it for now, but let me just point out a few things about this screen. First of all, you can export all of these changes to a CSV file. This is really important because you can also edit them in any spreadsheet program of your choice and then load them back into this screen using load from Excel or CSV template. This is really, really important for many different use cases. If you don't want to just keep entering this all the time from scratch, you can create giant lists with hundreds of entries and just import them as needed, save them, import them, and so on. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click validate, save, and return. This will bring me, I'm going to leave all the other options the same way defaulted to what they are. There's other options here. I encourage you to read the help file on this, but I'm just going to go ahead and click validate, save, and return. This brings me back to the main screen of the software, and you will notice that the text find and replace option is now highlighted in green. This means that I have trained step 3, and step 3 being trained means something in there is set to be replaced. And once that's done, step 4 becomes available. And in step 4, I'm going to select where I'm going to output the results of my find and replace operations. Here in step 4, I'm going to click on select destination folder for result. Now, you can also leave this checkbox here that says keep input subfolders. That means the files that were in subfolders will also be created in those subfolders in the output directory. This is really important. Now, there's also an option for overwrite original docs. I'm not going to demonstrate that today, but you can also overwrite the originals. So I'm going to go ahead and click select destination folder for results. I've already selected my output result directory. I'm going to select it, and it'll appear here. So now we're ready to process. So all you need to do at this point is click the perform find replace operations. Now watch what happens when I click on this button. It'll go really fast and process all the documents. Video is not edited for speed in any way. This is really how fast it takes to process all of your documents at once. So go watch what happens when I click perform find replace operation. That's it. It's done in less than a second, really. At this point, everything is done. I'm going to show you the results in a second, but just to quickly point out, you can open the log file. The log file is incredibly important here. You can see everything that happened, all the files that have been processed, and all the processing time that it took to do it. And the number of text changes and any image changes are going to be listed here. This log file is really important. You can also open the output folder directly. There's a handy button here. When you open this button, it will bring up the folder with all the results. So you can immediately start reviewing what the program did. Now let me show you what the results were. So let's look at the before and after document after we processed it. Now in this example, I'm showing you the employee handbook, but we're going to take a look at some other examples. So as you can see, we changed the company name to Nexus Industries. We changed the phone number. We changed the email address, and we changed the website. And it all worked beautifully and quickly. Let's take a look at some other examples just for the hell of it. Here is an example of a service agreement that we modified. The before is on the left-hand side and the after is on the right-hand side. We've changed the phone number. We've changed the email to Exis LLC. We changed the website address to website address here. We changed the company name. So you see, all that works. I hope that's not surprising at this point. Let's take a look at one other quick example. Here's another example of what we did. This is a non-disclosure agreement. Once again, you can see that I changed Acme Corp to Nexus Industries. I changed, that's the only thing here. Actually, here's another place where this appears. You can see that it changed it to Nexus Industries. And here's the phone number. And here's the email address. From and to. It all worked. Now let me show you a formatting change example. So this software not only allows you to change text, but it also allows you to find text formatted in a specific way and also apply formatting after changes. Let me show you how that works. So as you recall, we have 4 entries here with text, and next to every text input button for text to find and text to replace, there's a formatting option button. So in this case, you can set replace formatting. That's what we're going to do here. I'm going to click on that. It's going to bring up this screen, and I'm going to change the highlight color after I change the company. So I'm going to select the highlight color here. I am going to go ahead and select a yellow color for this. And that will highlight the company change in yellow. There's also font color, strike through, and all that. I leave it up to you to try it out. All of this works brilliantly. And I'm going to change a different color for this. I'm going to set highlight color for the phone to be orange. And I'm going to set the font color for email. I'm going to highlight it in this light blue. And I'm going to change the website address to highlight in, let's pick another bright color. Let's pick this pink one here. I'm going to close window. I'm going to validate save and close. Note that you can still export all this and it will export to a CSV file just like it in our first example. I'm going to click validate save and close, and I'm going to go ahead and click perform find replace operation. Again, it takes no time to do that. Let's take a look at the results of what we got. I'm going to show you this example here. This is a result of a document that we modified. This is a letter. Notice that the phone number was changed, the highlight was updated. Notice the company name the highlight was changed to yellow, and we changed all the different colors for different text changes so we can see where they are. This is incredibly useful if you want to find out where the changes are going to be made ahead of time, or you just need to change formatting on any of the text located in your document. This is an extremely powerful feature of this software. Now let me show you how Image Find Replace works. I'm going to leave everything that we've done so far as is, including text, but you don't have to. You can remove all the text changes. I'm going to click in the step 3, the Images Find Replace Extract button. This button will look through all of the documents that I selected in step 1 and 2 and show me all the images contained in them. It's very visual. In our example, I only had one image, so that's the only one that comes up here. And it shows you also all the documents that it's located in. And I'm going to replace the Acme logo with a different logo. So I'm going to go ahead and say replace with image. And I already have an image ready to go. I'm going to select it with this Nexus logo image. I'm going to click open. And you can visually see that it's changed, and that's good. I'm going to click save and return. And you'll see that this is now green. And once again, I'm going to click the perform find replace operations. Also, this does not slow it down at all. I did all the texts and all the image changes in 2 seconds that I've selected for the 17 files that I have in my example. Let's take a look at the result. Once again, let us take a look at our output result directory. So I'm just going to show you a few examples of what happened after image replacement. So as you can see, the image was replaced with the new logo that we selected. Let's take a look at another example. And again, you can see that here. Looks good. Everything is grand. We can take a look at another example. You can see that the logos are all being replaced, and still we have all the text replacement that we did previously. Now let me show you a couple of other small things that you can do here. First of all, well, this is not a small thing, you can convert to PDF. You can simply click the Convert to PDF button. The status changes, says Convert to PDF, and the background of the button is now green, which is great. That's what it's going to do. The other thing I'm going to show you here is how to set this up, just for you to be aware of how this actually works. The Convert to PDF uses the S-Office executable. This is something that's usually installed when you install OpenOffice, so you generally don't have to worry about it. The software will detect it, but just so you know, in the options, there is the place where it's installed. If it's not there, PDF conversion won't work, and you'll have to install that separately. It's a free install, so it's pretty easy. The other thing I want to show you here in the options, here there's a bunch of options. You can remove headers, remove footers, you can remove hyperlinks, you can replace headers, and you can select replace header source file. So what you can do is replace all headers and all footers from one single source. This is the subject of a different video that I will make. So for now, just know that that is in the additional processing options. I'm going to hit save return, and I'm going to perform find replace operations one more time. And I'm going to show you that the PDF files will be created. Now, PDF generation does take a little bit longer, so it's not as fast as just doing text find replace operations, but it goes pretty fast. As you can see, it's already 3 out of 17, 4, and it will complete in just a second. And now that the PDF conversion has successfully completed, it took 1 minute and 3 seconds. Still it's very fast. I'm going to go and look at some results. So alongside with the document, it placed the PDF version. I can go ahead and open it up, and there it is. You can see this is now in PDF. Finally, let me show you one last very important item, and this is support. We stand behind our software. We support it 100%. We answer all support calls within 24 hours, often much faster. You can, of course, contact us through our website, xmis.com, but there's a very handy button in our built into our software itself. This is how serious we are. If you hover over these headphones, it'll say support, and if I click on it, it'll give me an opportunity to send a support request directly to us from the software itself. We're very serious about this. We want to keep this product functioning for many years to come. Any issues that you may encounter, please let us know right away, and we will address them. Thank you for watching. I hope I was able to show you how much time a software like this can save you. You can download a complimentary trial from xmis.com. There's a link in the video description. I hope you do try it, and let us know if you have any questions. Please send us an email if there is anything that we can help you with. Thank you again for watching.